Antioch Community High School. My name is Caleb Kozaborski, and welcome back to your weekly weather forecast, number 11. Let's hop right into next week. So for the week of November 4th, 2024, finally getting into October, but into November. And the interesting thing is that it's not going to feel like fall. It's going to feel much more like that bridge between summer into fall. So it's going to be very comfortable. And we start Monday. Kind of throughout the day, we're going to have throughout the week, we're going to have a ton of volleyball events. And we start Monday, of course, with the volleyball sectionals. For that, a high of mid-60s and a low of low 60s as well. For that, I think there's a cold front that comes through that day that kind of keeps temperatures relatively consistent between the high and the low, so not too much to worry about there. And then Tuesday, it's election day. Go vote if you can. No school, of course. For that, it's going to be very comfortable with a high of low 70s and a low of mid-50s. So once again, very nice, very abnormal for November. Going on into Wednesday when we return, once again, there's more volleyball sectionals, but just a little bit colder with a high of mid-60s and a low of mid-40s. Thursday, that's your wrestling meeting for anyone who's interested in wrestling. For that, a high of low 60s and a low 40s. And then Friday, of course, is the Veterans Day celebration. It's not actually Veterans Day, but it's a celebration for Veterans Day here at Antioch. Also, volleyball sectionals as well. For that, a high of low 60s and a low of mid-40s. Saturday, we have cross-country state. For that, it's going to be just a little bit chilly, a high of mid-50s and a low of high 40s. And for Sunday, nothing much going on there, a high of mid-60s and a low 50s. So overall, what you're going to see in addition to having these very nice temperatures, it's going to be just a little bit rainy as we enter this active stretch of severe weather in the plains. And for this, the temperature outlook, just relatively above average. This is more the confidence that we're above average, not how much we're above average by. But you can see overall, temperatures are expected to be above average. And for the precipitation, just a little bit above average. I know that we've entered, I think, a severe drought now here in Antioch because we've not been getting much rain at all. I know we got some rain just as of Halloween, but that's not enough to get out of the drought. Other places in Oklahoma, they've been getting a ton of rain, so they're getting out of their droughts. And for the Atlantic and Pacific hurricane seasons, this is as of Wednesday, the 30th of October. The graphics are a little bit outdated. But we're going to see here, this actually is for up-to-dates. You're going to see up here when it says week 2. That's valid kind of throughout this week, and same with week 3. You're going to see just a little bit of a confidence in something developing in that Caribbean area, just south of Cuba. Now, for that, I've seen the models, and they do predict that something forms. They're still a little bit not confident on the track of that, so it could go up towards Florida, it could go into the Gulf, and from there go like Louisiana. It should not be going anywhere west of Louisiana due to the active severe season that's going to keep on pushing a cold front throughout that area that bars the tropical cyclone, if there is one, from going any more west. So if there is one, it'll be around Florida, around Louisiana, in the Gulf, and obviously there also is the chance that one never happens. And this is, once again, as of Wednesday, October 30th. NOAA kind of already knows that, something might occur in that area that I just mentioned. And then for the Pacific area, just these two areas of interest with less of a confidence of them developing. If they do develop, they're not going to pose much threat even to places like Hawaii as they travel west. They should just kind of remain as fish storms and not be any much of a threat. And before I close up the weather forecast, for some weather history, this is Typhoon Haiyan. This was November 7th, 2013, an incredibly dangerous typhoon. And what's funny, actually, is there was a typhoon not dissimilar to this one that just happened. And what's really interesting about these cyclones is that you can see how clear the eye is. And it's really interesting because when you have a bigger eye in a tropical cyclone, it's much harder to maintain intensity. When you have a smaller eye, it's much easier to get into the higher wind speeds, like around 180, as we had with Milton. But when you have these really large, clear stadium effect eyes, it's a lot harder to maintain that intensity. But obviously, Typhoon Haiyan did maintain that intensity, so it's very interesting. It's always interesting seeing how these cyclones interact with the world around us. But that does it for your weekly weather forecast number 11.